Hello, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we got the, I guess it's Kenji's ending, or like the neutral end, but it is also the poopiest ending, where you fall off a roof and die, assumedly. I'm gonna now try and go for Ren's route, and I do have a walkthrough, cause I'm a cheater, and I'm okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, you can be mad, but I'm still doing it. And if you have anyone you want me to, sorry, I was opening my walkthrough. If there's someone you want me to do next, I don't know how long these are, but you can just put in the comments and let me know who you want me to go for next. Okay. We're starting from scratch. I'll probably edit this out, and I should probably have saved on the choices, and I will save on them going forward. Whoopsies. I need to delete the other ones. Okay. Now I will activate Maximum Overdrive! It's so fast. This took like 5 episodes. Okay. I'm also gonna skip any option, because there's a little bit of overlap, any option that I've already seen play out. Oh, we are in the cafeteria, and I remember this is where they were like, you know, we're the student council, and if you have any questions, you can ask us. You shouldn't be ashamed to ask us. I think I got everything I need to know. I can't think of anything, really. Ooh. This is probably a little loud. Ooh, that means we've been good guys, doesn't it? Doesn't it? If you say so. Misha positively beams, and so does Shizune after a quick translation. I shake my head at their somewhat exaggerated enthusiasm and shift my focus on the food. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice a conversation and sign is not enough to fill a silence. Okay, that wasn't that big of a difference. Skip mode! Oh god. My feelings towards Kenji are so primal and deep in my soul. I can just, now anytime I see like a Gryffindor scarf, I'm gonna be like, that fucker! He made me fall off a roof! It's crazy to see this game go so fast. Let's see. This is actually a different one. She is either really mocking me or trying to trick me. Also, I'm gonna recap where this is in the story. This is whenever we go and we play whatever that game is with Shizune and Misha in the club room when they're still trying to get me to join the student council, but I'm pretty sure I don't join the student council in this route. Good golly. She is either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose, though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses. Why does it sound weird? Victoriously, and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. I win, yay! There's no need to translate that, it was pretty clear. Don't look so saggy, Chen. You were really giving it your best shot. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. He-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. She-chan is impressed. Impressed me. The mark of great people is that they are daring, and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, He-chan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step. And there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more! You're right, Shi-chan. But that's so demanding. Shizune, I thought you were better than this. Why are you so close to me? Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Oh, I forgot to... He-chan, would you like to join the student council? Oh, whoops. I'm all over the place. This is getting me off rhythm because I gotta do the zoomies in between the scenes. She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hee-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hontoni? Hee-chan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it is definitely the truth, and there can't be any mistaking it. I know. I guess I should have my revenge for losing at the very least. The meh of determination. Shizune smiles at that in a mischievous way that feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I have spent longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think this is all stuff we've seen before. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye! I believe this is the same. Okay. We are in the library, and we have just encountered Hanako for the first time. Well, she's in our class, but the first time we see her in the library. And we last time we embarrassed ourselves. I think this time we're going to embarrass ourselves, but slightly differently. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods just a little. Oh, okay. I take the seat next to her and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We're in this same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it is barely audible, even in the still library. Somehow I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say, that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and the introductions of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while I realize that she's doing the same and only pretending to be immersed in life pie. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I have something you gotta do! Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is all the same. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away, knowing that I won't be able to approach them. Yeah. Time to... Oh, it stopped. That means this must be different. She's like, I think this is where Yuko was like, what did you do? Why did she run away? And I think last time I was like, nothing, I was just introducing myself. And this time I'm saying, nothing, I was just looking for some books. Nothing, I was just looking for some books, and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I can think of, that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she's a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuka doesn't sound at all convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? I'm pretty sure all this is the same. So we got an extra line. Truly blessed. Oh! Wait. I haven't chose any of these. Hold on. I don't even really know where this is. I guess last time it didn't let me, like, have a choice, it just went on. I think when I did it, Lily just shows up, and, Lily just shows up and they leave. Okay. Okay, this is different. I know what's going on now. It took me a second, but I figured it out. So this is lunch break, and I'm in the classroom with Shizune and Misha, and I was like, hey, are there other places to eat besides the cafeteria, because the cafeteria sucks? And they started talking, and then I was like, nobody notices Hanako, she's small. And then I go and read my book. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. Like now. I already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday, and took it with me to school to fill the empty moments between classes. I find the page that I creased a corner of to mark the spot I had left yesterday night and pick up from there. Misha and Shizune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I joined them, I'd just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who'd need to hear what they are talking about. But why does she tend to sign things even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said, or even more strangely, when Shizune is not around at all? What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. Misha and Shizune, having come to a conclusion of one kind or another, follow in my wake, though still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Okay. Ouch. Wait, wasn't I with Lily and, Hanako last time? When I got hit in the chest? I'm not with them now. Huh. Yeah, now I'm just on my own. Eep. I feel a hand on my shoulder at the same time the girl's eyes widen in horror, and whatever she was saying gets interrupted by a horrified eep. I don't have time to look behind me because Shizune is already shoving me aside and stomping over to the girl, signing furiously at her. Misa... Oh my gosh. Miss Ibarazaki, I saw that. Running in the halls is strictly forbidden. Misha translate right on Shizune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of the divine fury Shizune's arm movements would seem to call for. Sorry, I was just going to do some stuff, and I was kind of in a hurry. You've been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior endangers other students, and even worse, it's explicitly against the school regulations. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a child caught misbehaving. It's so cute I find myself smiling. I know that I was just... Make sure that this will not happen again, although I'm sure telling you this is futile, and only causes me further headache when you choose to ignore the regulations. Got that, Emmy? The small girl sticks her tongue out in response. I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I gotta change and everything. Before Misha or Shizune or I can say anything, she's already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards the stairwell. Shizune looks like she's about to go nuclear on the spot, so I smile at her in a vain attempt to calm her down. Are you okay, Hee-chan? That Ibarazaki girl is always like that, causing trouble to the others. You know, I'm pretty certain Shizune wouldn't call me Hee-chan. Never mind. Yeah, anyway, I'm okay. Just got the wind knocked out of me. That's great, Hee-chan. I wouldn't call that great, but I let it slide this one time. We have to run now. There is an important student council meeting regarding the festival, and we finally decided where to eat. Too bad you can't join, but this lunch meeting is only for council members. We could take you there some other time. Oh, but that'd be like a date, wouldn't it? Wahahaha! The girls leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck. Literally, I should get going as well. Blah, blah, blah. The lunch and the afternoon class pass uneventfully. I read most of the book I had started yesterday, and eat some of the mostly inedible offerings of the cafeteria. The class is tiresome. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. I think that this is all gonna be the same for a little bit. Okay, yeah. And they're like, hey, I need help. And Muto's like, go to the art classroom. And then she's like, you got a PP problem. And then she's like, I'm gonna go eat. And they're like, who are you talking to? Why did it take you so long? And she's like, why do you need to finish your mural? She's like, I can't pick up paint. And you go help her pick up paint. And then nurse comes and is like, you need to be working out. If you don't, I'll kill you. Yes. This is so crazy. We're already at the part where we met the art teacher, which I'm pretty sure is like the day before the festival. And this is where I said I'm just stuck with her. So I need to say I'm interested in the art club. And I think that's kind of cool cuz like it shows that you're interested in like her interests to get her route. I think this is really the only interaction where you actually like talk about anything like with her. A lot of the interactions are like, this is the first one you actually have involving Rin. I guess I'm a little interested in the art club. I blurted out, partially inadvertently. What do you mean? Nothing specific. I wonder if I could come by sometime, even if it's just to observe or something. I've been thinking that I should join some club or something, so it's in no way a premeditated move, but a vague sense of determination has really been building inside of me for this past week. I think he also just like went into like a big spiel about how he's sad because he doesn't have art, I guess. I want to do something. I want to belong somewhere. It might as well be the art club, my shortcomings notwithstanding. The teacher seems pleased. Oh, you want to join? Well, we always welcome new people, of course. Club meetings are normal enough. We study various subjects of the fine arts and try our hand at them as well. Or feet. He gives an embarrassed cough, but Rin doesn't seem to mind. I take a small amount of comfort from the fact that I'm not the only one with vocabulary difficulties in this school. Nomiya rebounds from his faux pas by theatrically checking the time from his huge gleaming pocket watch and slaps his forehead even more theatrically. I really must take my leave, but if you have questions, I'm sure Tezuka can clarify. Somehow mentioning clarify and Rin in the same sentence doesn't feel right. However, I don't say as much to the teacher, since he seems to be in a hurry. Tezuka, I'm pleased to see that this little project is going so well. I just stopped by to remind you to not run off by yourself tomorrow. I've invited certain people to the festival for you, and I'm sure they'd like to meet you as well. I hope I'll see you on Monday then, Nakai. The teacher leaves, and we are left by ourselves again. Rin is still painting, as if nothing notable happened. Since nothing, in fact, did, I am left wondering, what on earth is wrong with me? Art and I haven't worked well in the past, at least judging from the grades I used to have in middle school. Maybe a club will be different than an obligatory class? Who knows? I try to come up with something meaningful to ask about it, but to no avail. I'll just go to a club meeting and see how it goes. So he invited some people tomorrow just to check out your painting? He has a lot of art people friends. They like to talk about art. I think he wants me to talk about art with him. Somehow I get the feeling that you aren't too thrilled about it. Rin shrugs non-committally, but it still gives an impression of her general displeasure at the idea of having to discuss her painting or any painting with other people. I don't really like talking about art. It's already a way to talk about talking, so why bother talking about it? I can understand that. It's like being bored and talking about being bored because you're bored. I'm not following you. Have you ever talked about being bored? It's pointless and not very exciting. All you really say about it is, I'm so bored. I once spent a week trying to think of something meaningful to say about boredness. Time well spent. It was the most boring week I've ever had. But that's pretty fitting, don't you think? Rin gives me a look. The laconic kind that looks like it doesn't mean anything, but it does. Anyway, I don't know, I guess I just rarely can come up with anything to say about art. I mean, like this one you're doing now, I have no idea what to think about it except that it looks nice. What is this painting about? It's not about anything at all. Good talk. That's what I'd like to say, so I did. But that was a small lie. I said it anyway because I kind of like it to be true. Teacher wanted me to do this, but I didn't have any ideas. I tried to have some, but nothing happened. So now this is a painting without any ideas. But what are you painting then? No idea. Come to think of it, I think I'll call this no idea. Now I started thinking again. This is bad. She shakes her head vigorously for a while, trying to shake thinking out of her head. That amber red hair flies wildly around. Like this. Except I don't have amber hair. I have white hair. Itchy nose. I'm sorry. I have allergies so bad. This is why I had Emmy help me. She makes it easy to not think about anything. You know how she just talks about nothing for hours? It's like her head is made of bubblegum foam bath jelly. You're kind of the same, but not really. It's very helpful if you stay here. I'll stay. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. It's probably neither, with Rin being the overtly neutral person that she is. So is there anything specific you'd like me to do to make you not think? Just be. So without knowing what I should do, I just sit on an empty box to watch her continue with the painting, idly leafing the pages of the beer drinking book. Why am I reading a... Oh, that's right, I'm reading a book where people are just like getting drunk every week or something. And it's not particularly interesting, but I'm still reading it. Yeah, this is very different. Last time I just went home and cried. Rin has a serene expression on her face, her dark green eyes hiding what she might think behind them. No, wait. She's supposedly not thinking anything, right? She quietly hums to a tune, interrupting every now and then with polite requests for more paint or another kind of brush. Her concentration is admirable, even though she seems to be sleep-deprived and under pressure to finish the job. Inch by inch, the painting gains more form, details being added on top of details, color entwining with each other, filling the empty spaces, growing on top of each other. I find myself thinking about inspiration and motivation to create art again. Where does one get ideas? They don't come out of nowhere, and I don't think there are muses that magically inject some inspiration in your head. A lot of artists would... I guess it depends, but a lot of artists beg to differ. You know, sometimes it just strikes you. I mean, you can do it the long way where you get ideas and you plan it and you can make stuff that way. But sometimes you just boop an idea. Ideas have an origin and a purpose. Again, not necessarily. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that Rin is lying about her mural. Or at least twisting the truth. Maybe she doesn't even realize it herself. You can't do anything creative without having an idea of what you are going to create. That would go against the definition. I don't know about all that. Every stroke must be decided to be drawn, even if it's made at random. Then that, too, is a conscious decision. Alright, Hisao. So her painting, even this one, must be based on having some deliberate goal or idea of what to paint. If Rin's idea is to have no idea, as she said, does that count as having an idea? A logical paradox? That seems to be Rin's modus operandi for most normal interactions, so it wouldn't surprise me if she hadn't even noticed this herself. I wonder if I should bring it up, but I'm not sure I want to engage in an argument about logic with this girl. One of us would probably end up short-circuiting fairly quickly, so I discard the thought. Rin is squirming and shuffling restlessly. Even her usual blank visage breaks occasionally into pretty difficult-looking expressions, the kind that one doesn't just come up with accidentally. Everything alright? Yes. No. My back started hurting again. This painting is too big after all, and it's hard to paint in this position. Want to take a break? After I finish this part. Of course she doesn't take a break, and I don't bring it up again because that would be completely and utterly pointless. Rin continues her work and I stay with her. I like to watch her paint, and I'm going to be a member of the same club she's in now. When she declares the mural to be finished, it's already so dark that I have no idea how she can tell. Well, it's her mural. If she says it's finished, then it's finished. There's no celebration, no general sense of a job well done, just a tired and laconic, I'm done. And then we both go to sleep. Awesome. Do I get... Yeah! Okay, I'm gonna leave it off here. I'm not really sure how long this video is gonna be. I've been recording for about 40 minutes, but I know a lot of it's gonna get cut out. But I don't want it to be too long either, and this seems like a good little stopping point. So, yeah, it's surprisingly even somewhat different already, and this would be about the time that I would be getting pushed off a roof. So we'll see what the Rin route has to offer us in the next episode.